Hello everyone, welcome to Tribble's Vision. My name is Tribble and I wanted to take some time out with you guys to focus on warding and the importance about it and also where to ward. Well, we will talk about a few things. I'm going to talk to you guys about the top lane, the mid lane, the bot lane and also the jungle and where they should ward, when they should ward and how important that is. Well, let's start off with the top lane. Top lane, mostly you will be farming until the third minute, 3.30, something like that, and then in some cases the jungler will be able to come around for a gank. So let's talk about starting from the blue side. Yeah, from the blue side you're quite vulnerable to ganks, more vulnerable than the red side even. And the simple thing is going out of a standard lane, so where you would just be farming in the middle, you can be ganked from this side and you can be ganked from here in lane. So the blue side is a little bit more risky in my own opinion. Now, what you do as a top laner, you have to keep track of the enemy jungler. So what you will do is, the game starts, you get into lane, keep your eye on the minimap and see where the bot lane, or when the bot lane is coming in lane. If you see that they will come in lane a little bit later than normal, then you will know that the jungler started on the blue buff. Which means, depending on the jungler of course, that you will be able to be ganked around 3 minutes, 3 minutes 30 maybe. So you have to keep track of that. So starting in your lane with putting a ward down is not really smart. Now, let's see. Let's say the lane goes even. Yeah, it's all good, all fine. And around 3 minutes you get a little bit anxious. You haven't seen the enemy jungler yet. Well, let's talk about a Pantheon, a Vi who's also doing okay on early ganks, Jarvan. You put your trinket ward right here. And as you can see here, it grants quite some vision. So if you are farming in the middle of your top lane, it wouldn't be smart for the jungler to just go behind the back and just try to gank you. No, that wouldn't be smart. The smartest way to go is through the river, through this little bush, and just jump right on your face. If you got that vision down, you will see him and you will be able to back off, or maybe just bait him a little bit, waste some time. Waste some time for him that your other jungler is able to get ahead of him by getting an extra camp, maybe getting the wolf's camp, maybe getting the grom before coming to you. So having a little bit more extra gold and more experience, giving him a little lead, and of course being able to counter gank him if he does eventually go in. But this is a very important place to ward, especially as a top lane. This is a place that, yeah, I personally use a lot to gank through, and sometimes people ward too early or too late, so that's why you also want to keep track of how and when people are warding. Look at the other members of your team and keep track of the warding time. So yeah, this is a really good ward to place. And what you should consider if you're playing the blue side is that when you back for the first time, it can be very handy to pick up, let's say, a pink ward. And if you have enough money, let's say you back with like 40 CS, then you got enough money to buy an item and may buy some ward. So a pink ward is also very nice. And what does a pink ward do? A pink ward does two things. Yeah. So what I would normally do if I play top lane, I put a pink ward in my river bush and I put the stealth ward in this bush. And if I play on the red side, I do the opposite. I put the pink ward here and I put the green ward here. Yeah, the stealth ward. Alright. That being said, let's say you're playing blue side, you got a pink ward here. What does the pink ward do aside from giving you vision? Well, aside from giving you vision, it also denies vision for the enemy. So what your jungler knows, or what your whole team knows, is that this area here is free. This area here has no wards. They won't see you if you're gonna go for a gank. So this is very important to do. It gives your team vision, it gives you vision, and it gives your jungler a very, very good opportunity to gank your lane. And if it's a little bit push, it might not even be good to gank it straight up, but he can actually go behind, get into the side bushes, and gank you. Yeah, so that is very important. And these are the two things you're gonna ward in. You gotta ward as a top laner. Those two bushes. There are some examples, of course. There are some examples. Some junglers love to do inlane ganks. I love to do them because it's very unexpected. So inline ganks are very good. So what you can also do is, if you're afraid of a Shaco coming in lane or a Eve that ganks in lane a lot, feel free to just put that pink ward right here. Yeah, put it right here. If you're doing alright in lane, it's not pushing, it's just steady in the middle. Put a pink ward there. Enemy laner will not be able to get it because you will protect it. Yeah, and you will get free hits on him if he's gonna try to remove it. So, if he wants to get that pink ward down, he's gonna die. It's not something worth dying for. So put that pink ward in lane. If you are alright by it. And since season 5, feel free to just roam down and get that scuttle crab, which gives you a shitload of vision, and which also gives your jungler a very, very great way to gank your lane. Let's say he goes for Moby Boots, goes over the scuttle crab, runs through this bush, knows it's not warded, and just jumps on the enemy laner. Those are just things you should take in consideration. Now, maybe if you can take down scuttles, if not, make sure that these two bushes are warded, and you should be pretty much safe to just be okay in lane. And as I said, maybe occasionally pink your lane ward, but that's not really applicable in most cases. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's it for the top lane, basically, in the laning phase. If you got those two things warded, then it's pretty much safe to go, Just a sip of water, I'm talking a little bit too much. Alright, now, let's go into the mid lane. Mid lane is a lane that has so much gank potential. So incredibly much gank potential. Let's say you're a mid laner. Let's put a mid laner there. Oh my goodness, well, never mind. Let's put the jungler in the mid lane here, pretending that he's the laner. From where can you get ganked? You can get ganked from here, from here, from here, from here. You can have a go inlane gank if you're playing a Shaco or an Eve. It's got so much gank potential, this mid lane. It's incredible. But you can be safe on a very good way. And in certain elos, there is a mistake that people make, and that is that they ward this. They ward this. And this is, if you're playing against a jungler that is not stupid, let me put it like that, that is the worst ward to put down there. So let's say you're laning, yeah, you got your trinket ward, you got a stealth ward, and you go like, alright, I'm safe to go. I'm just gonna push, I know there's nothing coming from here. This is the biggest mistake you can make. And why is this a mistake? Because as you can see right here, the vision that it grants is not absolute. Yeah? Never ward there. Except if you may be playing against a Lee Sin. Maybe if you're playing against, I wouldn't say Shaco. Yeah, even against a Shaco it would be alright, but especially against a Lee Sin who can just ward hop into the bush. But 9 out of 10 times this is just the wrong way to ward. Don't ward those side bushes. And the reason why is because the jungler, as you can see, can just go around here, right behind here, fog of war, goes here and jumps you from behind. Same here, goes here, jumps you from behind. Same for the opposite lane. You want to push as a red side, they will just go behind you, bam, go behind you and bam. They will wreck you. Now what should you do? What should you do then? Well, you can obviously put a ward like right here. Right here. Sometimes people put it here, gives you a lot of vision. Yeah? Put it right here. What's also handy here is to put it maybe here. Gives you all the vision you need. All the vision you need. Yeah? That's very handy. What's also handy to do as a mid laner is to just pink this. Pink this. Gives you a lot of vision. It's either you that will pink it or the jungler that will pink it. If you just pink this one, it's going to be perfect. It's so good that you will know that this place, this top lane place, will be safe. Yeah? And having your top laner warding this, having this cuddle crap means this here is your place. The whole river is yours. So make sure that if you have a decent team and you got this, you got 2 pink wards here, maybe you have a somewhat smart jungler who knows what to do. There we go, 3 pink wards down there, and later on we're gonna get into the bot lane. You got this here, 4 pinks. This is just perfect. This is what you want to see during the laning phase. So you won't see that a lot though. But yeah, let's get on to that. Yeah, you either pink this bush here. Well, I'm gonna pink this bush here. And what happens if you're gonna put a stealth ward? A stealth ward isn't too bad either. I still think a stealth ward right here would be a little bit better. Or maybe just here. And what's the good thing about here is that you will have vision if he's gonna go top lane maybe after Crux. So you know he's coming down here to the mid lane. Enemy jungler is doubting, should I go gank mid, should I go gank top? He goes here, mid doesn't really look good, let me go top lane, or let me go top lane here. So you will have vision of where he's going. Yeah? So that's very important. Feel free, by the way, that if you are playing a mid laner, and let's say you have some advantages, feel free to put a stealth ward here. You know? Feel free to do that. I'll put a ward here. Or let's say it's around that 7-minute mark, put one here. Yeah, those are just very important things. And the thing about these 2 wards is that it doesn't only give you vision about where the jungler is, but it also shows you where he is not. Yeah, and that is very important. To know where the jungler is not means you have an idea where he is. So that's something to keep in mind of. These are 2 very important spots. You can ward that as a mid laner if you want to help your team out really good. Otherwise, just stick to warding this right here. Yeah, grant that vision, or take a pink ward, put a pink ward here, put a pink ward there. Grant your team that vision, help your jungler out, help yourself out. Save your own ass. And make sure that you will not get surprised by any ganks from the enemy jungler. Well, that's it for the top and the mid lane. Let's go on to the bot lane. Yeah, and the bot lane is something that when you're getting into the platinum elo is going to be focused on a lot. You will see a lot of dives on the bot lane, a lot of 3 or 4v2s. So let's get on that, and let's get on some important stuff about this. I think this is going to be one of the longest parts of the video, the bot lane. And why is it so important, the bot lane? Well, the thing is, if you shut down the bot lane, it doesn't mean you shut down a single person. You shut down 2 people. Yeah, you shut down the AD carry, the one that should actually carry the game, if we look at that from the name point of view. So you shut down the AD carry, you shut down its support. Plus, if you do get a successful gank off on the bot lane, mostly you can just rush for the dragon and get that first buff. And it's just very important to get that first buff, especially if there hasn't been a decent team fight. It's only going to give you an advantage, it's not a disadvantage. So anyway, the bot lane. Bot lane is, well, what can I say? I'm not a fan of ganking bot lane pre-6. Depends on which champion I'm playing. And the reason why is that I really want to have my ultimate when I gank a bot lane. But that it all depends on who you're playing in the jungle, who your laners are. If you have a Sona in lane, you don't have a massive amount of CC. Yeah? if you got a Sona support, you don't have a lot of CC. Jenna, a little bit more, but if you really talk about hard CC, like you can lock someone down. Let's talk about Alistar. Let's talk about a Trash. Let's talk about Leona. Yeah, even a Tarich with his stun. Or a Morgana with the binding. You get what I'm saying. Those are champions that you want to gank bot lane for pre-6 because they got that hard CC. They land that skill shot, or with Ali, he lands that headbutt pulverize combo, maybe just a headbutt to knock him into your own turret. You have got some great gank potential in that bot lane. Yeah, so let's see how you can grant vision for yourself. Well, first of all, when I play support, I don't start with a ward, I just start with my trinket ward, and I make sure that around the 3.5 minutes, this one here is warded, or this one here is warded, yeah? One of those two, depends on how we're playing. Mostly I'm pushing, so I'm gonna have to ward this one. Yeah, that's very important. And what you basically do on the first back, what you want to get is either a side stone and a pink ward, or 2 wards and a pink ward. And why do you want to have a pink ward there? Well, the most important thing for a pink ward is that if you are pushing or you're getting pushed, you want to get this here. You want to have absolute vision over this bush right here. Absolute vision. And this is just the best way. They want to gank you from behind, you see them. Yeah, they want to gank you from behind, you see them. Simple. And you put a stealth ward right here. You put a stealth ward right there and you're safe to go in the early laning phase. But there are a few things to take to keep track of. What you can also do, what is handy to avoid in-lane ganks, is to place one of your stealth wards. You just go as a support. You come just out of your fountain. You tell your AD carry, careful, I'm just gonna place a deep ward, and you put a ward right here. You put a ward right here so that Shaker or that Rengar cannot come in lane, because you know he's there. And you know that if he's doing his Krug and he's going down, you know he's gonna come for you. So this is a very important ward to place here, yeah? It's a very important ward to place, so you can get vision of the enemy jungler. And it also helps the rest of your team. It helps your top laner that if he sees that Rengar or that Lee or whatever right here, he knows he can go all in on their top laner. Your mid laner knows the same. Oh, he's doing Gromp, he's going towards the bot lane. Should I roam bot lane? Going through this little tri-bush, knowing it's not warded, and then coming in lane as a surprise counter gank together with the jungler, or should I just go all in on the mid laner? Those are just things that this little ward right here is going to give your team. It gives them a lot of options. It gives your top lane the option to go all in, gives your mid lane the option to either go all in or to roam to the bot lane. So it's a very important ward. So keep track of that. If you got a very gank heavy jungler on the opposite team, place those aggressive wards. Make sure that you will deny his ganks by granting your team vision. Yeah, so this is very important. And especially early, they will not pink ward their blue buff. They will not. Very rarely will you see that. Very seldom will you see that. Maybe if your team is playing a Nunu or a Shaco, that they will do that. But most cases they won't. So it's very important to do. If you've got a decent AD carry who also often buys a pink ward, that's very handy to just pink your own lane. And why is it so important to pink your own lane? Let's say you're pushing, the support plays down a ward, but you got your pink ward right here. You can destroy that ward, because if you don't destroy that ward, the only thing that's gonna happen is that this top laner will teleport bot lane and will crush you from behind. So having in lane pink ward is very handy to just deny teleport possibility from the top lane here. So keep that in mind. If you have a pink ward here, it will give you, grant you vision over that Rengar, over that Shaker, over that Eve, those stealth champions. It will deny a ward in that bush, and it will give your team a very big advantage. It also gives your top lane a possibility to teleport bot lane. To teleport safely and just go all in on them. So the bot lane is, as I said, is very heavily ganked later on. So make sure that you got all the vision needed, yeah? Well, let's say you're playing against a Nunu. You're playing against a Olaf, you're playing against a Vi, whatever champion can solo the Drake at level 4. Make sure that when you hit level 3 in lane as a bot lane, that you will just put a ward right here. Don't put it here. Don't put it here, because a Vi will just go around, queue into the dragon pit and just do it. So put a ward right here. Put a ward right there. If you're a jungler, put a ward right there around that 3-minute mark. Or if you got vision over the jungler and you know she's not gonna be there, like it's no need, but put a ward there. Yeah. Alright, let me see if I missed something for the bot line. No, I don't think I did. I think it's all pretty clear. Let's get on to the most important part for the early game. That is the jungler. Oh yes it is. The jungler. How important is jungle warding? Well, it's very important. As I stated earlier from the mid lane, that you can ward this bush, you can ward here. Those are very important wards also to play as a jungler. So let's say you go back, you get your jungle item, you get a pink ward, you get a stealth ward. Where will you place them? Where will you place them? Well, there are a few places to put a pink ward and a stealth ward. If you really want to keep your laners safe, you know, your mid lane for example, you can place the pink ward here. If you want to place it more aggressive, you can just place it right here. Or what I often do, I place it right here in this bush here. I place it there because of the aggressiveness of this pink ward, because you see if he's doing his red, you see if he's gonna go to the top lane. You know, I find it's a very handy pink ward to place. But you can also place a pink ward right here. So you will know if the jungle is going to go for the mid lane or not. You know, those are just very important wards to place as a jungler. But also, if you're going back and you want to play some offensive wards, you know, place it here. You know, place it maybe here. It's a very standard point. You're just right here in the middle of the jungle, so you got everything covered. Yeah. I help your top laner out. You know, if your top laner isn't doing too well or isn't buying wards, what a lot of these imbeciles do, put a ward down there. You know, or maybe if he really is that ignorant, place your pink ward on his bush. You know, help people out. That's what you're gonna do as a jungler. Of course, there are carry junglers, but still, you're supporting the team by ganking and granting vision. So help your team out with some wards. You know. Help your top laner out. Your top laners are like, what can I say? Top laners are like goalkeepers in football. They're very, what can I say? They're very special. You know, they got nothing to do with the rest of the game. The mid lane, screw the mid lane, screw the jungle, screw the bot lane. I need the farm. They're like evolved version of the AD carries. Yeah, they just worry about that top lane, the split pushing. Anyway, make sure you grant some vision for him, you know, if he doesn't do so. Otherwise, make sure you pink this bush, or this, or this, or even this one. So there's 5 places to put your pink wards down, 5 possibilities, and 6 if you count the top lane with it. So 6 possibilities to put pink wards down. Stealth wards, 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 right here. What's also possible to put a stealth ward is just right here in the river, although you got the scuttles. So just get the scuttles every time as a jungler, because it gives you 80 plus gold. So this is very important to have. Now, this being said, these are the places to put wards if you're playing offensive. But if you are playing defensive and you are playing a little bit behind, where do you put wards? That's also something to know. Where do you put wards? And this is going to be from the point of view of the whole team, yeah? Where do you put wards? Well, it's very handy to put a pink ward either in your blue buff, here, here, maybe here. These are very handy places to put pink wards in. Here, the top jungle, in the top side of the red jungle. So you will have vision of all the entrances here. This entrance is covered. Feel free to put a stealth ward right here, or put a stealth ward right here at your red buff. This is also very good. As you can see here, this whole jungle is clear. Yeah. If you got another stealth ward, let's say around here, then you pretty much got your jungle covered. Blue jungle is a little bit easier. So you do got the pink ward right here, and you put a stealth ward around here. And make sure that if you are behind, and if you are the jungler, or if you're not the jungler, give him the tip to smite the wolves. Smite your own wolves, because it will give you vision, it will give you notification. It's better than a ward, it's better than a pink ward, because it will give you notification when there is an enemy in your jungle. So these are the wards that you could place, you know. You could also place a ward right here as an entrance. You can change it to this Tribble. I don't think that is very viable, but you know, these are just very handy place to place in. The blue jungle is easier to ward because it's a little bit smaller. So yeah, these are the places to put your wards in. Definitely. You can also change this to here. To here, but I prefer to put it on the blue side. Alright, so this is defensive. What else is important for warding? Well, Scuttles is being picked up often, and so it will grant you vision. Let's use pink wards for Scuttles. Although it's not absolute vision. Let's get pink wards here. Enemy team, you got Scuttles. You still want to know if they're gonna do a dragon or a baron fight. Well, then you're just gonna be smart. You're gonna place a pink ward right outside. I mean a stealth ward right outside those pits. Either here or here. Put those wards there. What you can also do is very handy to grant vision. Is you just put a stealth ward right here. You put a stealth ward right here. It will not give you vision of the pit itself, but it will give you vision of the people standing outside the pit. As most of the times they will not go inside the pit, but they will stand a little bit out of it. So you will see the enemies DPSing down the Baron or the Dragon. So those are very handy wards to put, you know, to place. And if you are going to place those wards, make sure you're just standing in your jungle. You can place them from standing here or here, you know, here or here. Just place them right down. And that's pretty much for the laning phase and objectives. And if you're getting behind as a team. And there's another thing that we're going to talk about, and that is taking control of the enemy jungle. How do you do that? Well, taking control of the enemy jungle is not a solo job. Not a sip of water. Totally not. It is not a single man job to do that. It's a team effort. Yeah? Let's say down, down, down. Those 3 turrets are down. Now what? This is where a lot of people screw up. This is where a lot of teams screw up. They don't know what to do. Nothing changes, man. Nothing changes. Nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is that this was your part of the map, and now this has come with it. This has come with it. This is part of your jungle. This blue buff, this grump, the chickens, the red buff, the crux. This belongs to you now. The enemy team got fuck all to do with it. Yeah? And what will you do? A few things to do when you are getting the outer turrets and you want to, you know, pressure more, is to have, well, your jungler and your support pick up the oracles. Upgrade that sweeper. Make sure that whenever, let's say they put a stealth ward here and they put a stealth ward here, you know, they're gonna ward that jungle. They're gonna ward that jungle. They're gonna ward everything, you know. They're gonna put wards here. They're gonna put a ward here. You know, they try to, you know, they just try to fucking ward it all over. Yeah, they ward it all over. You come in with your sweeper. Yeah, you come in with your sweeper. Oh my god, what have I done? They ward here. You come in with your sweeper. Yeah, you start here. Bam, deny that shit. Here, bam, deny it. You put your pink ward right here. Oh, there's another ward. Buy a ward. Bam, 3 wards gone. 3 wards gone. With the oracles. You smite your chicken buff. You go into the other jungle. Bam, gone. You put a pink ward here. Grant that vision for your own team. You know, have the oracles do their job. And that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to grant total control over your enemy jungle? That's fine. Put a pink ward there. Put a pink ward here. Put a stealth ward here. Yeah? You know, just light it up. Light it up. Yeah, put a ward here. Put a ward here even. What I mostly do when I'm sieging turrets, I put a ward right here. So I know that the minion wave is coming. Of course, you're gonna see the minion wave from your own team because it's similar. But you will see if they're gonna come. Laners are gonna come. You put some wards down. Yeah, you're gonna put those wards down. You see this little bush? Ward it. You see this here? Ward it. You see the vision that you have now. You see the vision that you have. You want to siege stop? Look, this is all safe. This is all safe. It's all safe. No worries. You got full vision. This is what you want to do. You want to spam those wards. Yeah, you want to spam those wards. You want to make sure that you are the one owning that jungle. And let them know, you know, type in all shit. Your jungle is mine, bitch. Don't give a fuck, you know. Don't show the respect. Just drop the disrespect hard on them, man. Yeah, it's all about taking that vision, taking that away from them. And remember what I said earlier, pink ward doesn't only give you vision, it also gives you the information that the enemy team doesn't have vision over that part of the jungle. They don't. Sometimes what they would do, they would put a stealth ward here, bam, you just remove that stealth ward because your pink is there. They want to put a green ward here, that's fine, man, just remove that crap. And make sure that you will keep clearing these chickens right here. Make sure you keep clearing them. If your jungler doesn't do that, then you do it, even though you don't have a smite. Just take them away so the enemy team doesn't have free oracles to just sweep their jungle. Keep that pressure there, people. Keep the pressure there. You got the outer turrets. Take control over their jungle. Claim it hard. You know, as you can see, there's only 6 stealth wards and 2 pink wards here. You can overward though. You want to overward, bam, you put a stealth ward here. You put another one here. Let's see, you put a stealth ward here. You put another ward, let's say here. You can overward craziness, yeah? Or you can even put what some people do. You wanna overward here. Let's put a ward here. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 stealth wards and 2 pink wards. It's a little bit too much. As I said, I think this is pretty much enough. This right here, this is enough. 5 wards, maybe 6, you know, maybe you do want to place a stealth ward here, don't know. But this is pretty much enough, and it's not a lot, man. As you can see, it's not a lot. Your support can place down 3 wards. But that's what she's gonna do, you know, 3 wards and a pink ward. So the rest of the team has to put down 3 wards and a pink ward. It's not much, man. It's not much. If you got this vision and your team is doing alright, there should be no way in hell that the enemy team will be able to get vision back if you maintain this control, yeah? No chance. That is for when you snowball. Let's now focus on getting vision with objectives. And this is going to be very important. Let's check it from both side perspectives. Oh my god, what a mistake. Anyway, your blue side, you want to do Baron. Some things you're going to do. You put a pink ward in the pit. Put a stealth ward here. Put a stealth ward here. And just for good sakes, you can put a stealth ward right here. Yeah? It's quite nice vision. Quite nice vision. You can also, well, you have your minions here, so you will see if they're going to come from this side. 9 out of 10 times they will not do that. You can have another ward, let's say, around here. this gives you pretty much the vision that you need. This is the vision you want to have when you are playing the blue side, yeah? They will not be able to get to the Baron unseen. Unless they're going to go through top and going to flank you, which I'll tell you, nobody's going to do that. No team is going to say, hey, you know what, we're going to stop Baron, we're going to go through the top side and flank them. Fuck no, they're not going to do that, so don't worry about that. That is playing warding the Baron from the blue side. And why you want to pink here, you want to pink here so when they come to the pit and they will place wards down, that you will just be able to destroy the wards immediately. Yeah? So that's that. That is the blue side Baron. Now, put red side Baron. Yeah, you want to pink this here. But what else you want to do is you want to place a ward in this bush. You want to place a ward around here. So that you got vision. Yeah? Put this ward a little bit here. A little bit here. You can see the vision here. They come in, you see them. Here, they want to come in, you see them. From this side, you see them. You will see them regardless. Yeah, you will see them. Your ID carry is here damaging the Baron. You will see them coming, you know. It's very simple. It's not a lot of wards that you need. Just these two sides. Sometimes they do come from the lane, mid lane. So make sure you got a ward like around here or here. And most of what your teams will do is just pink this one. This one is pink 9 out of 10 times. So you got absolute vision. This is pretty much for the red side if you want to do Baron. It's the vision that you got. Absolute vision. No way that the enemy team can take down the Baron without you noticing it, or ambushing you without you noticing it. Now let's get our ass to the Dragon. The Dragon is a little bit more dangerous, and why is that? Well, simple. You pink this one, or you stealth it. You know, it really depends. Some teams love to stealth it, some teams love to pink it. Players, but people mostly take two different wards down. Alright, now what you're gonna do is support. The support you're gonna ward here, and you're gonna ward here. Bam. That's it. That's your vision. No chance in hell they're gonna get to your Dragon without you noticing it. It's absolute what you got. Sometimes the bot lane wants to come in. Just put a stealth ward here. So there's no way that people will be able to get to you. This is again from the blue side perspective. 3 wards and a pink ward. Pretty good. Now, when you are playing red side and you want to get that Dragon, you want to get a ward here. You maybe want to get a ward also here. And then you're good to go. Then you are good to go. Of course, same as in the Baron pit, it's also handy to have a pink ward right here in the pit for both sides. So you will see if it gets warded from the other side. You know. And yeah. That's pretty much it. So you can remove those wards. I think it was a little bit sloppy how I did the video, but I think it's alright for now. This is my first video of a series called Tribble's Vision. I'm not only going to talk about Vision, I'm also going to talk about some professional games, primarily LPL, IGN, or LCK as it is now. And yeah, this was the first one about granting Vision. If you got any comments, if you got any tips for me, please feel free to leave them down in the comment box. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you did enjoy it. And for now, wish you all a very good day. Cheers.